I love social media, but I'd be lying if I said that it was great for artists, especially when it comes to our mental well-being. Before I even get started on this video, let me know in the comments if this has ever happened to you. You've spent ages on creating that perfect piece. You've poured your heart and your soul into making something that you love. You know it looks good. Then you take pictures of it and you go to social media and then crickets. Or maybe you get some attention, but nowhere near what you feel like you deserve. Maybe it's just nowhere near what you normally get. And I mean, for crying out loud, that 5-minute doodle you did last Tuesday somehow gets more likes than this amazing piece you've just finished. You feel your soul shrivel to the size of a dried cranberry, and you ask yourself, is this even worth it? Is my art really that bad? I mean, I posted something that I poured my life into and nobody likes it. It's so easy to feel that pain of creating something that you know is good, only to receive zero recognition for it. Those likes, that attention, those shares, those comments, all become a measure of how we value ourselves as an artist. If you feel like this, first, let me tell you, you are not alone. I want to talk to you today about how to reframe that mindset. Just a little. This changing of thoughts will actually do wonders for your perception of how good your artwork is. And it will take time. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. But I promise, the more you think these things, the stronger you will get. I want you to be able to share your work knowing that your art is good enough. Knowing that it's great. And no matter how many or few likes you get on your artwork, it's still worth you putting yourself and your artwork out there if you choose to do so. Let's get into the video and talk about the 3 steps to changing your perspective when it comes to receiving likes on social media. Step number 1, remember why you make art in the first place. Restore that faith in your own art and remember what it means to actually make something. Does it bring you joy? Is it a means of meditating? Does it bring peace to your life? Do you do it because it's fun and actually you really enjoy this hobby that you have? What does it mean to you when you make something that is special to you? First and foremost, the most important being in your world is you. And how you feel really, truly matters. Forget what other people think about your artwork just for a moment. Ask yourself this. If social media didn't exist, or if you were the only person left on Earth, would you still want to be creative? I know I would. It's an outlet. It's an expression of who I am and how I live my life. It doesn't matter what other people think, because actually it's me that matters. Getting familiar with why you make your artwork is really, really, really important. I want you to do this deeply. Write it down if you need to. You could even put it on sticky notes and plaster it literally everywhere in your house. Just remember your why. Now, for step number 2, I want you to keep things in perspective. Do you think that Leonardo da Vinci ever tweeted about his works in progress? Or did Van Gogh ever measure his skill by how many likes he got on Instagram? I know it's flippant, but no, they didn't. Social media didn't exist back then, for one. But let's say someone posted some of their work today. Is their skill and their worth as artists truly determined by how many likes that they get? It isn't. Then why should the likes and the comments and all of that determine whether your art is good enough? In this day and age, we are constantly competing for likes and attention because society expects us to. But strip it all back, take away that social media, and we're just who we are. You're still an artist regardless of whether social media exists or not. What if social media disappeared tomorrow? What if there wasn't an Instagram for you to post on? Or Twitter no longer existed? Or YouTube wasn't a place that you could put your artwork? Then suddenly those likes and all of that attention wouldn't matter anymore. You wouldn't have to chase it because there's no longer a platform for you to do so. So in those times where you're wondering about whether 5 likes means that your art is bad, just ask yourself this: what would Leonardo da Vinci think? Now for step number 3, mix it up a bit. If you're still convinced that social media is the be-all and end-all, and I honestly hope that you don't still think that way, then maybe you just need to change your social media tactics. Often, if not always. The reason our art falls short on these social media platforms is down to the algorithm. And no, I won't go over it today. It's too big and too broad a topic to discuss in this little video. But the one thing I do want you to know is that the algorithm isn't against you. It just needs to learn about you. Perhaps a good tactic for you is learning to post consistently, or making sure that the posts appear online when your audience is. You can use a scheduler to do so as well, so you don't feel overwhelmed by having to log in 5 minutes before posting, and it's all automated for you. Have a look at your work, have a look at your feed. Say take Instagram for instance. Is the art that flopped for you actually really different from what you normally post? Say you normally only post sketchbook pieces, but today the artwork that flopped was actually just a big canvas painting. It doesn't mean at all that that painting is bad. It just means the poor little algorithm got confused. Post it again later. And it won't matter if you do. I tell people to do this all the time. If it flopped, try again some other time. Especially if only a few people saw it the first time. Chances are there are so many people waiting left to see it. So share it again. Try different captions. Actually invite people to interact with your post. It's okay to ask for engagement. Leave an emoji if you thought this post was cool. Hey, if you liked this piece of artwork, can you let me know? It's okay to say that. Because, truth be told, our behaviour as content consumers has changed massively. I know I'm guilty of this. If I'm scrolling and I see something I like that is so obviously good, I think, wow, that's amazing. And then I don't think necessarily to like or engage with it because I assume that the artist already knows that it's brilliant. And I know it's not the case and many of us doubt our artwork, but I forget to like it. And if someone reminds me to do so, I go, of course, I'll like it, or I'll leave a comment telling you how wonderful it is. We just need reminding. And honestly, it's got nothing to do with how good your artwork is. We just assume that you already know. And if you're not feeling like it's very good, or you feel like your engagement's down, ask people to say something, ask people to communicate with you. Remind them that you're a human being behind the art. You are doing so well. You are fantastic. And I know we don't necessarily know each other, but if you're still creating and you're still trying to enjoy the process, then I praise you. If you're struggling, that's okay too. That's why I make content like this, because I want to support you. I want to remind you of how brilliant you are. Artists really are my tribe, and I really want to support you and help you through those negative feelings. So if you're an artist who wants to learn how to navigate these negative feelings, or you want to learn skills about how to develop yourself as an artist, then I would love it so much if you considered subscribing to this channel. Also, if you'd like to get a little freebie, I have a little cheat sheet with 100 prompts and tips to help you jumpstart your creativity. It's all in the description below. Also consider joining my newsletter for helpful tips straight to your inbox. Plus, you'll get to hear exciting plans that I have in the future way before anyone else does. So, as always, much love, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.